They laughed when they saw her sitting alone every single day. An old woman, quiet, completely invisible. But the day they broke into her house became the biggest mistake of their lives. Margaret lived alone at the end of a quiet street. Her old house was always perfectly maintained. Every morning, she sat on the porch with a cup of tea in the same chair, wrapped in silence. She never spoke, she never reacted. She just watched, calm and patient. To everyone, she was nothing. Just a lonely old woman. What they didn't know was that Margaret never missed anything. Then 3 loud, arrogant young men moved in next door. They threw wild parties every night. Cars came and went until sunrise. Trash piled up. Noise never stopped. Margaret noticed every detail, every face, every movement, every secret. She never complained. She simply observed. At first, they ignored her. Until one of them laughed and said, "Why is she always watching us?" The others joined in. "She's harmless." That word, harmless, was their first big mistake. The jokes turned cruel. They mocked her, shouted insults, and tested her. But Margaret stayed completely still. Her silence only made them bolder. One drunken night, they decided to break in. Bet there's something valuable in that old house. It looked too easy. They waited until the lights went out and sneaked inside. The house was dark but strangely clean and organized. Then they found a heavy, reinforced door. They forced it open. Inside were dozens of files. Names, photos, addresses, dark secrets. One of them opened a folder and froze. His own name was there. Then a calm voice cut through the darkness. "You shouldn't be here." They turned. Margaret stood in the doorway, completely calm. No fear, just total control. "I know who you are," she said softly. "And I know everything you've done. You thought I was alone. You thought no one was watching. But I've been watching this street for years." One of them whispered, "Are you police?" Margaret smiled faintly. "No, I'm something much more patient." Suddenly, sirens screamed outside. Red and blue lights filled the house. "You called them!" They panicked. "I called them the moment you stepped in," she replied. The police burst through the door. In seconds, it was over. The 3 men were handcuffed on the floor. But that was only the beginning. Weeks later, the truth came out. Those files contained years of solid evidence. The young men weren't just noisy neighbors. They were criminals wanted for fraud, theft, and worse. Margaret quietly handed everything to the police. One by one, their lives fell apart. The street became quiet again. No more parties, no more noise. Every morning, Margaret returned to her porch with her tea, watching peacefully. This time, no one laughed. Because now everyone knew she was never just a lonely old woman. She was the one who saw everything. And those who thought she was invisible were the easiest ones to catch.